Rain Brown has finally broken her silence, and what she revealed has left Alaskan Bush People fans absolutely stunned. From emotional revelations to shocking decisions, the final verdict is in, and it's not what anyone expected. Stay tuned because you won't believe what's coming next. After years of public scrutiny, familial disputes, and legal drama, the case surrounding Rain Brown of Alaskan Bush People has reached a dramatic moment. The verdict, though informal in some respects, on Rain Brown's reputation, behavior, and future prospects has left fans both shocked and divided. What once was a reality TV storyline has become something darker, raising questions about justice, media, and the cost of fame. This is the story of how Rain Brown found herself at the center of allegations, legal action, and family betrayal, how public opinion has shifted, and what the evidence, court filings, and family statements now suggest. Though no court has given a final criminal conviction for most of the claims, many feel the final verdict already stands. In the court of public opinion, the Brown family on camera from the beginning, Alaskan Bush People was presented as an intimate look into the life of a family living off the grid, struggling with nature, isolation, and each other. Viewers watched Billy Brown, Amy Brown, and their children, including Rain, build cabins, endure harsh weather, and embrace wilderness living. Over time, however, the family's private struggles became intertwined with public controversies. Billy Brown's death in early 2021 marked a turning point. His passing left both an emotional void and practical complications. How would the family sustain their lifestyle? Who would manage their estate? With the loss of their patriarch, cracks that might have been hidden or tolerated before began to widen. Accusations multiply. The controversies surrounding Rain began with familial allegations made by her brother Noah. Among the most serious, accusations that Rain was using methamphetamine, threatening family members, and engaging in erratic behavior. Noah filed a motion for a restraining order alleging substance abuse and intimidation. That petition was later denied by a court on the grounds that it lacked sufficient detail and proper declarations. Parallel to this, Rain and her husband Josiah Lawton were arrested in April 2025 on charges including first-degree burglary, malicious mischief, and criminal trespass. The arrest report included claims of theft of gold coins, cash, guns, and wine from a family member, adding further gravity. Noah and other family members also made welfare check requests, alleging Rain and her mother Amy were deteriorating off their medications or abusing substances. Amy, for her part, has also been in poor health, but the precise truth of those welfare concerns remains disputed. Rain's response, denials, clarifications, and media statements. Rain Brown has not stayed silent. She has responded to many of the allegations through social media and interviews. Key points of her responses: she strongly denies using hard drugs or methamphetamine, insisting that her substance use is limited to legal substances such as marijuana. She also disputes various claims about threatening behavior. Rain maintains that many accusations stem from misunderstandings, jealousy, or sensationalism. As for the theft charges, Rain has insisted on her innocence. She has made statements to the effect that she and Josiah were wrongly accused. One post suggested a former manager played a role in setting false claims against her. Rain has acknowledged struggles with depression, anxiety, and the weight of family drama. She has at times apologized for behavior that may have hurt people, but she underscores that mental health issues are not the same thing as criminal wrongdoing. Courts handling cases, petitions, and evidence. While many accusations are serious, the judicial system has so far not delivered definitive rulings on most of them. The restraining order requested by Noah against Rain was denied because the court found insufficient evidence in the filings. The burglary and related criminal charges have moved forward in some jurisdictions, with probable cause found in at least some of the claims. Rain and Josiah have been released pending further court proceedings. As for the theft of family property, those claims remain allegations until proven in court. Rain and Josiah have pleaded not guilty. So although there is no final criminal conviction, there are enough claims, filings, and witness statements to sustain serious doubts in many minds. Splintered support, shock, disbelief. Fans' responses have ranged from empathy to fury. Some longtime viewers are staunchly supportive, They believe Rain is being unfairly persecuted, that the media is exploiting the Brown family's private pain, and that many of the allegations are blown out of proportion. Mental health concerns, grief, and family complexity are cited by supporters as mitigating factors. Others are disillusioned, feeling the image of the Brown family was always somewhat curated, and now that private tensions and alleged illegal acts have come to light, the show and the people behind it feel less trustworthy. Critics argue that Rain's denials have been weak or inconsistent, that behavior on social media shows patterns, and that someone must be held accountable. A recurring theme among fans is confusion. What is real vs what is scripted, what is public vs private, and how much of the family's struggles are important for entertainment profits. Many express sadness rather than anger, loss of trust, but also a sense of loss for what once felt inspiring. What it looks like in the absence of a definitive criminal judgment, the final verdict seems to have formed in three domains: public character judgment. For many, Rain now embodies a troubled figure. Her youngest sibling image has been tarnished by allegations of substance abuse, legal problems, conflicts with family. Even if she is innocent, the accumulation of accusations has made innocence harder to believe for many. She is not cleared, but she's not convicted either. The system has treated many of the accusations as serious enough to investigate. Some have resulted in formal charges. But several claims have failed to reach a legal found guilty state. It is difficult to see how Rain's public image can return to its earlier form. Damage to reputation, fractured family relationships, and controversy make a resurgence challenging. For her part, Rain appears to be trying through statements, denials, mental health acknowledgments, but much may depend on legal outcomes, family reconciliation, or continued transparency. Implications for Alaskan bush people and reality TV beyond Rain's individual fate. The collapse of trust in her storylines is part of a larger trend. Reality television increasingly faces scrutiny. What is the cost of fame? How much are personal lives distorted or used as entertainment? When does public exposure become exploitative? For Alaskan bush people, which was cancelled after 14 seasons, the controversies raise questions about whether viewers believed in the Brown family image, or whether the show's creators and producers allowed or encouraged conflict, pain, or instability for ratings. Whether or not that was the case fully, many fans feel betrayed by what seems like a carefully managed image falling apart under pressure. What to watch moving forward? Here's a look at what to keep an eye on in the coming months. As this story continues to unfold, more formal decisions in the burglary theft cases, any criminal convictions or dismissals will heavily influence public perception. Filings in the restraining order matters. If there is a successful order or further restraining orders, that could underscore the seriousness of accusations. Amy Brown's health, statements from Noah, Bear, and other siblings will likely continue to shape what the public believes. More investigative reporting may turn up financial records, eyewitness accounts, or internal family documents that confirm or refute various claims. Rain's public behavior, how transparent she is, how consistent her statements are, how she addresses mental health, reputational repair, etc. will matter verdict, but not closure. In many ways, the story of Rain Brown may never have neat closure. The legal system may never fully clarify every accusation. Family relationships might stay fractured, social media may keep speculation alive. But the final verdict, as many fans see it, has already been rendered in public view. Rain Brown is no longer the young rustic sibling of a wild family. She is now a figure of controversy, under suspicion, and often on the defensive. For some, that feels unfair. For others, it seems inevitable given the weight of allegations and the evidence, even unproven, that has emerged. What remains is the recognition that fame, even under the banner of rugged authenticity, comes with risks, especially when family, trust, and reputation are on the line. Rain Brown's situation is less about reality TV drama now and more about personal consequence, public scrutiny, and whether someone can recover once so many questions have been raised. Fans are stunned, and many are mourning the version of Rain Brown they once believed in. Whether that former version, or something like it, can return remains deeply uncertain. With the spotlight fixed firmly on Rain Brown, the ripple effects of her controversies have unsettled the entire Brown family. Though they once portrayed unity against the hardships of wilderness life, the family now appears splintered, perhaps beyond repair. Noah's role in the divide among Rain's siblings. Noah Brown has emerged as a vocal and combative figure. His attempt to secure a restraining order against his sister wasn't just a legal maneuver, it publicly exposed long-simmering tensions within the family. Noah claimed that Rain had made threatening statements, including allegedly saying she would beat ass, that she was mentally unstable and under the influence of hard drugs. He asserted that his family had attempted interventions and submitted a written complaint expressing concern for Rain's well-being. Yet his filing lacked concrete, verifiable evidence, leading the court to deny the restraining order. Still, the damage was done. Noah's filing not only fractured his relationship with Rain, it drew a line in the sand within the family. Some siblings have chosen silence, while others, like Bear Brown, have hinted at support for Rain but have avoided publicly taking sides. Viewers familiar with the tight-knit image the Browns once cultivated are left wondering, when did the loyalty dissolve? Amy Brown, the matriarch of the family, has reportedly been unwell, struggling with the after-effects of her past cancer battle and enduring mental and physical fatigue. According to sources close to the family, she has distanced herself from the drama in public but is deeply affected behind the scenes. Some fans believe Rain has remained close to Amy, caring for her and protecting her from further stress. Others suspect the opposite, that Rain may be contributing to Amy's difficulties. The lack of clear public communication from Amy has left room for speculation, but insiders suggest she is hoping to avoid further public collapse of family relationships. Bear Bam and the other siblings. Bear Brown, known for his eccentric and energetic persona, has offered only cryptic social media posts since the legal and family drama erupted. Occasionally he shares throwbacks or motivational quotes, but he has carefully avoided mentioning Rain, Noah, or the court filings. Joshua Bam Brown, often the most private of the siblings, has not publicly commented on the family issues. Longtime fans note that Bam distanced himself from the show years ago, and while some believe he disagrees with Rain's actions, others argue he simply prefers to keep family matters private. This silence has created a vacuum, filled by fan theories and speculation. Without a united family front, the idea of the Browns as a cohesive unit, a hallmark of the show's appeal, seems gone for good. Rain Brown speaks isolation, anxiety, and the cost of fame while the family's silence continues. Rain Brown herself has taken a more visible, sometimes erratic approach to managing public perception. Her social media posts over the last year have ranged from defiant to vulnerable, often revealing glimpses of her emotional state. Struggles with mental health. Rain has openly spoken about her lifelong battles with anxiety, depression, and feeling trapped under the burden of public expectations. Even before the legal issues arose, Rain admitted in several interviews that she was grappling with the psychological toll of growing up on camera, losing her father, and feeling like the family's problems were always being judged. In one particularly raw moment, Rain posted, "Some days I can't breathe, some days I scream inside my head. I'm not who people think I am. I'm just trying to survive." Her followers responded with mixed sentiments, some offering support, others questioning whether these posts were deflections from the serious legal matters at hand amid ongoing allegations. Rain has also published strongly worded statements denying drug use beyond marijuana or alcohol. She insists that accusations of methamphetamine addiction are outrageous lies, possibly fueled by bitter family members or former associates with personal vendettas. "I'm clean. I'm not a thief. I love my family, even the ones who stab me in the back, and I'm not going anywhere. You'll see." This tone, at once combative and vulnerable, has characterized much of her public defense. Critics say she appears evasive, offering emotion in place of evidence. Supporters argue she's doing her best under unfair scrutiny. Across online forums, Facebook groups, Reddit threads, and YouTube comments, the Alaskan Bush People fanbase is visibly fractured. The show's following, once united in admiration for the Browns' rugged authenticity, is now engulfed in bitter debates. A significant portion of fans remain sympathetic to Rain. They believe she is being scapegoated by her siblings or exploited by the media. One popular Reddit comment reads, "Rain was just a kid when this started. She never got a real childhood. Now she's acting out and everyone's throwing her under the bus instead of helping her." Others echo similar feelings, pointing to the immense psychological weight Rain must carry as one of the youngest members of a family exposed to public scrutiny for over a decade. On the other side, some fans argue that the time for excuses is over. They cite court documents, arrest reports, and the number of allegations, both familial and legal, as signs that something is deeply wrong. In a viral Facebook post, one fan wrote, "You don't get arrested for burglary and theft if you're innocent. Once is an accident. This is a pattern." For these fans, the contradictions in Rain's statements, the timing of her denials, and the fracturing of the family all point to accountability being long overdue. Media, fame, and the collapse of the Bush illusion in many ways, Rain's fall from grace mirrors broader trends in reality television. What began as an unscripted peek into a family's unusual lifestyle became over time a complex, often uncomfortable portrait of dysfunction. Reality TV's dark side. Reality TV has long walked a tightrope between documentation and exploitation. With Alaskan Bush People, what once felt authentic is now seen by many as a carefully curated brand. The drama that once centered around building cabins and surviving storms has now shifted into territory more akin to Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but without the glossy spin. Several media critics have pointed out that the producers of Alaskan Bush People may have continued filming despite signs of family collapse, depression, and legal trouble, raising questions about ethical responsibility. Rain's uncertain future in entertainment. Whether Rain has a future in entertainment is now uncertain. Networks are unlikely to take a chance on a controversial figure, especially one facing active legal trouble. She has hinted at wanting to write a memoir or start a mental health podcast, but so far no formal projects have emerged. If she is convicted in any legal matter, her options narrow significantly. If cleared, she may attempt to rebuild her brand, but the damage to public trust will take years to repair. No winners, only questions as the dust settles. For now, the Rain Brown saga reveals more than just a fall from grace. It exposes the fragile scaffolding of reality fame, the pressure cooker of family life under a lens, and the cost of unresolved trauma. No one appears to have one. Rain Brown's name is now associated as much with legal filings as with wilderness adventures. The Brown family, once celebrated as a unified front, appears permanently divided. Fans, some of whom followed the family for over a decade, are left disillusioned and conflicted. Whether future court decisions bring clarity or further confusion, one thing is certain: Rain Brown's story, far more than a headline, is a cautionary tale of fame, family, and fallout.